Hello and welcome back to my channel, Cards by Melissa Minor. Today on my desk in front of me, I have a sketch. This is the Becky Flex Sketch Challenge number 367, and a cherry on top puts this sketch challenge on weekly. These are the pictures that I want to scrapbook, and this is my beautiful daughter Tatum. Oh my gosh, she's growing up just so fast. These are a couple pictures from last fall, and we went out to dinner and she thought she looked bougie. I'm not sure exactly what that means. I thought she looked beautiful, but we're going to go ahead and scrapbook those today. I thought they'd be perfect. So I'm going to bring in a piece of white cardstock here, and I've cut this down to 10 by 10, and then I've corner rounded the edges. And then I'm using the products that came in my spring cherry box. So this sheet right here, this is from the Pink Fresh Studio Spring Vibes Collection paper. And this one here, that's the cut apart in the pink paper. It's not in the shop for individual sale. It is only available either in the collection or you can also just get it out of your cherry box if you're a subscriber. So you've seen me use this color before if you've been following along on my channel. I absolutely love this Distress Oxide ink in the Lost Shadow color from Tim Holtz. And what I'm going to do here is I've just squished a little bit out on an ink block. And then I have these water brushes here. These are the Pink and Main Flow water brushes. And I've added a little water, and I'm just gonna flick some droplets around my page. Now I realize this is, this Lost Shadow color is a very subtle color, so you might not be able to see this, but if you had a darker color, you might be able to pick this up. But I wanted this to be a really clean and simple layout, so this is just really subtle splattering. Now, following the sketch, I know I needed those little circles. So I went to my Cricut, and in Cricut Design Space, I was able to create these circles here. Nothing fancy. I just found some circle images and welded them together and cut this out. Then off camera, instead of leaving this white, I've also used that Lost Shadow color and inked it up. Now this sheet here, this is also from the Pink Fresh Studio Spring Vibes collection that came in my spring cherry box. And this is called the Look for Love paper. Now this is available for purchase as an individual sheet. So any of the products that I'm sharing, I will have linked below down in the description box, as well as a link where you can sign up for the cherry box if you haven't already. Now I'm showing you here this embroidery hoop. So if you're not aware, Pink Fresh Studios, or excuse me, not Pink Fresh Studios, A Cherry on Top has some digital downloads available, and this is one of their free cut files, this embroidery hoop. So I've cut this down, or I've cut this out on my Cricut, and I used the, let's see, what color did I use here? I used the paper from the Pink Fresh Studio Spring Vibes collection. And let's see, this one was called Soak It Up paper. And so I've cut a circle out using a circle punch, a 4-inch circle punch, and then I've also cut out that embroidery hoop out of that same paper. So I'm just going to go ahead and start adhering my pages together here, and I'm bringing in my glue press from my Sweet Petunia. I love my glue press. And I'm going to put some glue on here and then just center up my white base. And then I'm going to start adhering my pieces down. Now this piece here, if I didn't give you the measurements on that already, I've cut this down to 4 by 7. And then here's my 4-inch circle, and I'm going to slip this down behind here. I'm just going to dry fit these real quick just to make sure that I have the placement correct. And then here's that cut file, and again I've inked this in that Lost Shadow color just to give it a real subtle color, just to stand out against that white. This layout comes together so quickly. I think following this sketch, this might be the fastest layout I've ever done. And then here's that embroidery hoop, and I'm leaving some room down below here, down below that paper strip, and in between that embroidery hoop, that's where I'm going to do some journaling. Now, I won't do my journaling on camera today. I will do that off camera. And you can see still shots on my Instagram and on my Facebook page at Cards by Melissa Minor. Those are also linked. Okay, so I'm going to have my photos just like this. There she is. That's my daughter. She's my model, I tell her. I don't think she's ever watched my YouTube channel, but okay. So quickly, I've sped this up here. I'm just gonna put some glue on all my pieces. Now that I know where I want everything, I'm just gonna glue all of these pieces down and get this adhered down. And then we can start the embellishments. So there aren't a lot of embellishments that I'm going to be using. Everything that I'm going to be using is coming from my cherry box. I'm going to be bringing in some words from the title ephemera. And then I'm going to be bringing in a couple little circle embellishments that are, believe it or not, coming in from the chipboard frames. There's a couple little circle pieces from that. And then I'm bringing in some floral ephemera. So the cherry box is a really good value because if you add all of these individual pieces up just for this one layout alone, I don't think you could get all of these pieces for what you can get for the cherry box. And I was surprised to learn that there isn't any shipping either. It's just all one price. So that's a really good value. And I like that I can try out like different brands, like maybe brands that I haven't tried before. And to be honest, this is my first time using Pink Fresh Studios or Pink Fresh Studio. I guess there's no S on it. And I really like it. I love this paper. In fact, I went back and I ordered an additional 12 by 12 paper pad of the Spring Vibes collection so that I can do another layout. Okay, so here's the word beautiful. And this came from that title ephemera. And if I had the word bougie in the title ephemera pack, I'd put that up there because I think that's what she said that day. But I'm going to go with the word beautiful. And so that I think that looks really pretty. And it really goes along with the aesthetic for the page. And then I'm going to bring in a couple these little circles. One of them says, here's a little bow. That's just from my stash here. Some twine, and then these little circle pieces that I'm bringing in. This one, the one on the right that I glued down off camera, that says love this, and then this other one is just a little circle with some floral on it, and those are from the chipboard frames. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen this technique, but I had all of my floral arrangements already like dry fit, and I didn't want to mess them up. So what you can do is you can take a piece of press and seal, like from your kitchen, and press it down, and then it picks up what you have laid down. So then once you pick that up, it keeps all of your little ephemera stuck to the press and seal, and then you can flip it over and put your glue on it. And then you can flip it over and then press it down on your page. So that way you don't have to mess around and try to figure out that placement again. So that's just a little tip if you haven't tried that before. I haven't done this in a while, this little technique, but it was one that I think came in really handy when working with this floral arrangement. Now this top little flower here, I do think I want to put a little bit of foam. So I am going to lift that one off because I know where that goes. And so I'm just going to get a little bit of foam tape and put a little foam tape along the bottom here of this piece. And then I'm going to stick that down back up in that floral arrangement. Let's see. Now I can't remember which way I had it, just like that. Okay. So I'm going to get that stuck down. And I really like the way this turned out. Now this isn't my normal style of scrapbooking. Usually I have more bright and wild colors, and I'm really liking this. So I've taken a couple little pieces from the paper pad. This is from that Soak It Up paper pad. and I've cut them and then I've torn them towards me so that it leaves that little white core. And instead of washi tape, kind of like the sketch showed, I'm kind of making my own little torn pieces here. And so I'm going to put one on the upper left corner and then one in the bottom right corner. And then instead of stitching, because I wanted to stitch on here, I'm just going to draw some little stitching lines with my white journaling pen to resemble that of stitching. And you're never going to believe this. I do not know how to sew, but I just ordered a sewing machine, so I'm super excited for layouts in the future to have sewing on them. So you'll definitely want to subscribe to see more. All right, so I did the other one off camera, but you can see it really looks like stitching and the layout has come together. If you've enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button. Leave me a comment down below. What is your favorite product that you have seen from the Cherry Box? And if you haven't watched the full unboxing of the Cherry Box, I will leave that link down below. And as always, when you shop my links, it does help support me and my YouTube channel, so I really appreciate it. Thanks so much, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.